victimize you because you're poor. And you are engineered into that position. You are placed into that position. You're corralled into that position. And the entire system is set up for one purpose: for you to take a look at where you are, and then for you to tell yourself that you got there on your own. That's the whole point. Inversely, that's only when you're at a disadvantage. That's only if you're being discriminated against. That's only if you're being victimized. Now, if you succeed, then it becomes the reverse. Well, when you fail, oh, that's all your fault. If you didn't make it, that's all your fault. If you succeed, oh, I'd like to thank these folks here who gave me this chance to get where I'm at here. I'm so glad they gave me this chance here. So when you succeed, you have to thank them. And you need to show gratitude to them. And you need to be grateful to them. But when you point out, by the way, I couldn't help but notice how much better you all are doing over there, even though I'm doing all the work. Oh, well, that's your fault. That's you. So you get to carry all the so-called bad, and you have to give thanks to them for all the so-called good. And I think an area that has encapsulated this perfectly has been college sports. To call it a modern-day plantation would be kind. But I want you all to understand what the real issue here is. I want you to know and understand what the real issue is, and to not get deceived or sidetracked into what the real issue isn't. Because it can be very, very easy to get confused. Now, I've been following this now, as you all know, for the better part of a decade and a half. I have stayed vigilant on it. And as I've been tracking what's been happening here, you can see that now the tides have begun to shift. A whole bunch of people who told you about what wasn't going to happen and what could never happen, and you niggas is crazy, and them folks ain't never going to do X, Y, Z. And now you see all of them have gotten deadly quiet. That's the way it always goes. Please understand something. The folks who are against you, the failures in life who do not succeed, just understand they are always going to be loudest. Always going to be loudest. Right up until you make the slightest sign of progress, and what they're showing you is how weak they are. The people who are actually talking down on what we're doing, just understand they're the weakest ones in the room. That's why they're the loudest ones in the room. And the second you make an inch of progress, they start getting real quiet. First they get real salty, then they start getting real quiet. It's like, hey, where'd all that energy go? Where went the you'll never make it? It immediately flips on a dime. It goes from you'll never make it to, but y'all just gonna piss it all away and throw it out. And that's why I wanted to show you this article here. That was why I wanted to show you that. This was something here. And actually I got it from YouTube there, ABC Channel 7 on YouTube. Now this is from their website, which you see on your screen. NCAA and the leagues sign off on a $2.8 billion plan. And by the way, this is lowballing it. This is not actually what they owe. They actually should owe something on the magnitude of 40 or 50 times this amount. But I digress. Setting the stage for dramatic change across college sports. Oh boy. Isn't that interesting? Now, I want to show you a little bit from the article, and then I want to show you what tonight's broadcast is really about. I'm going to do a little bit from the article, but then I want to show you what it's really about. The NCAA and the nation's 5 biggest conferences have agreed to pay nearly $2.8 billion to settle a host of antitrust claims, a monumental decision that sets the stage for a groundbreaking revenue-sharing model, that could start directing millions of dollars directly to athletes as soon as the 2025 fall semester. The deal must still be approved by the federal judge overseeing the case, and challenges could arise. But if the agreement stands, it will mark the beginning of a new era in college sports, where athletes are compensated more like professionals and schools can compete for talent using direct payment. So all the folks who sit up here, every time we start talking about giving us cash money, do you all understand? That's where the resistance, that's where the fight always comes from. When we sit up here and when the folks start talking about tokens, oh, we'll give you a Heisman Award. You can have a scholarship. How would you like to have free tuition? Folks don't fight you over that. But the second that you start talking about cash payment in hand, all of a sudden folks start fighting. Now, Nick Saban can get tens of millions of dollars to the extent that he has to be a line item in the state of Alabama's budget, which means all the taxpayers in the state of Alabama are paying for one man. Understand that. But, and that's okay. That's not controversial. As a matter of fact, you should be glad to pay Nick Saban and the chancellor of the school and the dean and the chairman. Why, they should get that. As soon as you show up, all of a sudden, that cash money thing, it's, I don't know about that right there. I mean, I'm trying to protect you morally. No, folks, before today is over, I want you to understand, the argument that they're making is where we're trying to morally protect the students from all that evil money. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. That's what I'm going to show you here in a little bit that's what they're saying. Now, apparently they are completely unconcerned about the moral condition and hazards of Nick Saban and all these other college coaches. And the deans and the chairmen, the ones, who don't get paid with scholarships, the ones who don't get paid with something other than money, the ones who only accept money, well, nobody seems to be concerned about their moral jeopardy. That doesn't seem right to me. I mean, you're throwing millions of dollars at them. Are you not attempting to completely condemn them morally? So you care nothing about the coaches. Oh, damn them. We're going to give them enough money to damn their souls. But the students, we must save you. We must preserve you. And giving you that money would only corrupt you. What will happen to you? How will you spend it? Nobody asks Nick Saban. Oh, y'all don't want to hear this. Nobody ever asks Nick Saban how he's gonna spend it. What?
I need another
720 degrees of analysis you'll receive absolutely nowhere else. By the way, hey, when you go to these comment sections, when somebody wants to say that kind of thing, I noticed you've never asked how Nick Saban's going to spend his. You never ask how any of these white coaches, how they're going to spend what they get. You've never worried about that. It's only when it's time to cut the check to a black person that all of a sudden they become obsessed with how you gonna spend that damn. But you're not concerned about the white guys now. They're going to spend it. Well, what is that? That's very, very interesting. Isn't that interesting, people? That's very consistent when you think about it.
I'm playing on the game, damn. KOD testimonies, my name, my way, my trap, my day. This is how I spit it when it comes to the dope shit. Smoked out, fucked up, tripped up, slipped up, and then the motherfucking police want me fucked up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm an architect in this motherfucker, you heard me? I've been so fucked up so many times. I try to find the right way back. And being a black man out here in this shit, I don't know what the fucking way I got the chemistry set all in my way. I'll just keep on spitting it, keep on showing up, keep on trying to make these motherfuckers stay shape. How can I get my shit on the charts? I go to the station and they take me like I don't exist. Treat me in the same way. Then they look at me every motherfucking day. I'm like sitting in the block doing nothing but kicking this spit game, rip game, getting it. All I do is give it to the streets and they give it back to me. The trap god, the rap god. I know nothing but pouring this purple shit and this Sprite and I shake it with the Jolly Ranchers and the money everywhere. Then I count it till my anger sore and I want something to snore. I'm a dope man. You make my father work. That president keep on coming to my front door. And the Amazon packages got my dope. Got my motherfucking tool with the extended clip. Who the nigga rapping, trapping down the tech street. Dropping there from the streets to the fuck sneakers. And my pants stay loose on this muzzle. Fucking right, dog, I'm out here getting it. Nappy head, and I don't give a fuck. Cause my bitch give me head, make me bust a nip. Yeah, I'm tripped out, fucked up, slanging these things. Only thing you better say is my fucking name. I'm KOD Testimonies, North Texas greatest trap rapper, and my name is all on the marquee. Every stage I step on, rise and supreme. Everybody call me back, cause I am the dream. Yeah, I'm the dream of this nightlife shit, you heard me, Water? Let's get it.
Plantations to now. Remember they said that to us on the plantation. Remember? I have to remind you of that.
So how
They said that to us then. This is not new. This is why when Brother Malcolm X was speaking, when he was alive, he had to point that out, that by the way, they have set up here and maneuvered you into this con game where they tell you that, oh, I want all you black folks to know that, yes, as white people, we're living much better, and we've hoarded the wealth, and we have victimized you and persecuted you. But just understand, God's going to even this out for you. Why, you are so much more noble than us. You're so much more noble. Why, you and your noble poverty. It is so noble of you that you have not succumbed to the evils that we have with all this wealth that we have made and hoarded off of you. But don't worry, you are living in misery and suffering, but you're going to get your pie in the sky. You didn't get your piece of the pie here, but you will get your pie in the sky and your heaven in the hereafter. I'm gonna eat like a hog down here.
What the
But don't worry, I will eat for the first 80 years, and you will get to live well for the remainder of eternity.
Are you serious?
Because your moral character and your moral integrity, I've seen to it by oppressing you, by denying you resources. I've seen to it that your moral character remains intact. Now, mine has been devastated. Mine's been destroyed. I'm on the highway to hell. You are so much better and so much more noble. So, by depriving you, I'm looking out for you. Well, why aren't you looking out for your daughters and sons? Ah, damn them. I care about you much more than my daughters and sons. Really? You mean when you're making me suffer and everything, that's caring? I'd like to see you a little less caring, as a matter of fact. Can we do that one? No. Matter of fact, let me get this boot on your neck. You're talking back too damn much. Yeah, your moral character's starting to get weak again. Let me help firm it up for you here.
KOD Testimonies.
So folks, do you all understand that's the way that goes? Every time that we steer the conversation towards cash payments, that's when it all changes. I was talking about Brother Malcolm last week. That's when it all changes. When he said they abandoned their schools, which are built and produced by the economy, abandoned their houses, built and produced by the economy. Soon as we start turning our attention towards, by the way, you need to start breaking off a piece of that economy too. Can they abandon their economy the way that they abandoned their schools and their houses? No, they cannot. Now you found the root of the issue. And if you tap into that, well, that fixes everything, because that's how they've been depriving you. So we have been the new black media has been an effort to focus our attention on the real issue, the socioeconomic foundation, and that we need to own our proper and rightful piece of it that has been denied us. When that occurs, all of a sudden, all these other issues start to fall off. Yes, because they can't accomplish those other issues if you're not poor. As a group. Now, if you are well off as an individual, they can still get you. But when you are together, that's one thing. When you're together with resources, now you're unstoppable. You take a look at this next sentence here. There's no question about it. It's a huge quantum leap, said Tom McMillan, the former Maryland basketball player and congressman who led a group of collegiate athletic directors the past years.
Yeah, money, man.
The Pac-12 was the final conference to sign off when university leaders voted Thursday to approve the plan, according to a person with direct knowledge of the decision. Southeastern Conference school leaders unanimously approved the deal a few hours earlier. A second person with knowledge of the decision said both spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity because a coordinated announcement among the Pac-12, SEC, Big Ten, Big 12, Atlantic Coast Conference, and NCAA was still being prepared. All met a Thursday deadline set by plaintiffs' attorneys. People, for those of you who remember your English history, this is a Magna Carta moment.
Yeah,
this is a Magna Carta moment where after all these decades of the weak and the cowardly and those without any type of moral constitution whatsoever, those who have given themselves over to the whorehouse of society, after telling you for decades about what couldn't happen and what would never occur and this, that, and the other, now all of a sudden in 1 week it's spun on a dime, and now you're standing outside the king's tent with your swords telling him you're going to sign this document. We're not accepting anything else for an answer. You're gonna sign this document, and that's just all there is to it. You're gonna sign this. And now they are, well, it'll take us some time, and it's not gonna take you a bunch of time either. You have till this Thursday, but you're going to sign this. And they all got together and, oh, should we or shouldn't we? So I suggest you think quickly. You have till Thursday, but you're going to sign this. And next thing you know, your so-called big and powerful men come groveling out of the tent exactly the way that those of us who were the insurrectionists told you it would be. And now here they are, and they have acquiesced. Look it up. They have consented and conceded to your terms. The reason why this is a bellwether moment is because it only gets bigger from here. The first time y'all cut the first check, it sets off this voracious monster you call capitalism, and it's only gonna get bigger from here. That's the reason you have spent decades trying to hold back the tide, because you know the moment you sign the first one, the moment you give into the first one, it only gets bigger from here.
Well, we rightfully deserve it. We deserve our reparations.
Now,
we deserve it
you can go and take a look.
We need nobody else to tell us what we need. We need our money now, and that's what we need. And not just for some weed, some alcohol, some frivolous sex. Need all this money just to break them up, and that's what it is. To our kids in the upward mobility. Just a start in this motherfucking crazy ass world that we live in. And it ain't surprising me. The crap god, rap god. I'm KOD testimonies. Damn let's get to it. I stop playing this shit and I'm a damn pursuer. Keep on asking for the motherfucker, listen right. They wanna do is ignore us every night. Trap God. Ladies and gentlemen, it's so easy to see this shit. It's like the back of your hand. They don't want us to have a damn thing until we fight, till we come together, and we take no for an answer. Give us our shit, or we ain't moving. We causing straight up hell on earth. It's Trap God, man. It's KOD Testimonies at Trap God, man. We listen to Jason Black, the Black Authority.
Can see some of these things here. It says, now it is not far-fetched to look ahead to seasons where a star quarterback or top prospect, boy, they pocket watching. Just already. Nobody's pocket watching the coaches. Nobody's pocket watching the deans. Nobody's pocket watching the chancellors. Nobody's pocket watching the endowment. They sitting up here thinking, boy, these would be a bunch of high school age black males. How much they gonna be getting all the, what's in that pocket? What you getting? We need to start projecting how much you gonna get. Nobody's doing that to the coaches who've been making money hand over fist. Nobody spent decades doing this to them. As soon as you show up, wait a minute now, we need to know what you're going to get. That tells you what this is all really about.
They're too much for y'all. Y'all can't handle this knowledge.
A star quarterback or top prospects on the college basketball team are not only cashing in big money NIL, that stands for name, image, likeness deals, but have a $100,000 school payment in the bank to play. For now.
We've been needed this shit, Mike.
I want you all to understand where this
Basketball
goes.
players.
That now, remember, what sets off the bidding wars in the NFL is your performance in college.
They've been needed to be
So
paid.
that's why college gets so much attention. But now, if you're going to start paying players in college, well, that starts you focusing on the high schools.
Yeah.
So you see, this money conversation is something that's going to come up before you get to the pros, which means that money management is a conversation that's going to come up before you get to the pros. Now it's coming up in college, but wait, it gets better. Now the conversation is going to have to start happening in high school. We're going to have to start having conversations with these kids in high school about what they're going to do when they start getting paid in college.
And it always is.
So you see, financial literacy is about to become a real tangible thing because you will no longer be discussing hypotheticals. You will now be doing what the white kids got, and you will be discussing tangibles.
It's always something about keeping us dumb, deaf, and blind. You heard me? To keep us not knowing. Now we always gotta play catch up. But yeah, as the old generation falls off, we start to get what's rightfully ours. This ain't about no fight of losing our lives. This is just time takes care of everything. The roosters are coming home to roost. Like I always say, once you pull that curtain back, uplift that veil, time of old moves out the way, new comes in, leadership is new, leadership is young, the lies, all the lies, the smoke and mirrors. Y'all gotta start doing something because guess what? We need our money, we need it now. Trap God. Rap God. Let's listen to the Star Report. Come on. Oh, I ain't gonna do that. That ain't gonna get it done. Alright. Y'all gonna get the fuck up off here, man. It's been great. I'm gonna go ahead and listen to some other shit and I'll be back later. It's KOD Testimonies.